Hello.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
All
We uh
right.
Back
we are
again.
Three's company this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
we are busy.
what is everyone working on? What do we got going on today?
I'm still working on my puzzle.
Oh yeah, that's right. I think we were
Yeah.
saying you still had another like
I
two or
probably have.
three live streams to finish.
Yeah, I think so. It's a
You need to
hefty
show your
boy.
mom. You need to show my mom your puzzle, Kara, because my mom loves building puzzles.
Ooh.
Yeah, she loves it. Ever since she was a kid, she's always loved like building puzzles and making puzzles. And I mean, she gets like the hard ones. She'll put together like the really hard ones that like people stay away from. I mean, she will put those together in a week. It's crazy. She loves building
Yeah.
puzzles.
I like puzzles. I like puzzles a lot. Like my husband says that it's like it's just one of those things where I just like to get my little hands in everything because
Hmm.
I like to fix things and like I love puzzles. That's why I like doing like IKEA furniture and like puzzle games and all that type of stuff is all stemmed from doing these types of puzzles growing up. So I love a good puzzle game.
I'm putting
Um
together the Batmobile from Robert Pattinson's Batman. These are Lego Technics, so they're a little harder for me to do.
oh,
Uh,
interesting. Okay.
yeah. My very
I don't think I've
first build was a Lego Technic build, and that took me forever.
yeah, I don't think I've ever seen those before.
They have like the motors. There's a really cool like Harley Davidson one that my husband wanted. And then like there's the Fast and Furious cars that they have through Lego Technic. They've
That's
got some
rad.
cool
Well,
ones.
yeah, most of their vehicles are Lego Technic. Most of them, not all, but
Yeah.
most.
So then may I ask what makes them different to the regular Lego sets? Is it that like
So
they have a little motor on them or anything or?
they're not actual bricks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're not actual bricks.
Kara is
Does
Hang
a
that
with
make
me,
problem
sense?
chat here real
solver.
quick.
Customer service makes sense. Yes. Yes, it does.
I believe that. Um, when your husband said that you get your little hands and everything, I was like, she's a problem solver. She's a fixer. She has to have her hands in everything.
I
So
mean, that is quite literally what our support chat for work is. It's called Fixers.
yeah, there you
Because
go. I
we
like
fix
that.
shit.
That's cool. I like that.
Hmm.
Uh, Chat, bear with me for a second. My top-down camera is being weird, so I'm gonna see if I can fix it real quick.
Always breaking shit. In
I
chat,
know, right?
bear with me. I been having some respiratory issues this last like week and a half, which is why X-Ray and I didn't stream together this Thursday because I haven't tweeted about it or anything, but basically it's called how do I say it again? I said it earlier. It's a costochondritis, and the inflammation in the lining of my rib cartilage, or the cartilage in my ribs are inflamed and pressing on my lungs. That's what's going on. So I just get winded. I'm fine.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know if there are any other, like, I don't know if you'd call them side effects, but
Chest pain, shortness of
yeah.
breath, um, and just easily fatigued. That's
Hmm.
kind of the main things. I've been on a steroid booster for the last week, and I actually just took the last one of the pack this week or this morning.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Um,
Man, I'd love to be on a steroid. I mean,
Different kind of steroid for you.
yeah. You know what? At this point, I'll take any kind of steroid. Um,
So,
I remember when I was young, I think my dad had to take something, steroid, Um, and I just immediately thought like, oh, Dad's on steroids, and he's like, no, that's not what this is.
Not that kind of steroid.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, buddy.
But this is the first day I've actually like woken up and like felt decent. So it's good.
Oh, good.
Does it hurt to talk or no?
A little bit. But so like I've been really quiet this last week. It's been kind of nice.
Yeah.
Like to the
Just
point to
ignore.
where like
Chill.
I barely was like talking yesterday. And like my husband had his headphones on and was listening to an audiobook while we were running errands.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
I was like,
I'm sure
"Hey."
he's probably just like, I'm loving this new carrot. No, I'm kidding.
God.
Oh no, my husband, he was at like 90% in his book that he was reading. So he was just ready to finish it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Are you guys listening to any good books or any good podcasts or TV shows or anything?
I was just about to ask that. I'm not.
I've started like putting the Joe Rogan podcast on sometimes whenever I'm working just to like have noise because I'm kind of over all I'm taking a not over, but I'm taking a break from the pop culture stuff again. I just need a little detox.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
other
I
than
can get-
that, I've been reading a book. I think I've mentioned it on here before. It's called He Who Fights with Monsters.
Oh, you know what? Maybe I have heard of that before.
It's really
What's the
good.
premise?
It's this Aussie guy. He gets basically brought to another world. It's an isekai type story. But he still has all of his memories and everything from the other world. And it's like this world of adventurers and like these adventure societies. Like the first scene of the book is him getting dropped in the middle of this like hedge maze, completely naked, and having to like make his way through this maze, trying to like oh my god, magic is real, like this, like am I hallucinating, how do I go about handling this? And then he also is like having to run from like these cannibalistic like blood cultists, and like it's a really funny book.
Oh, interesting. I would have thought more action adventure, but that's cool.
I mean, it's that too. I mean, he becomes an adventurer, and it's by this. I think the author's name is the author's pen name is Shirtaloon, and there's like 13 books. And
Oh my god.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
on book 2. Book 2 or book 3.
But then again, I feel like that's right up your alley because, you know, Witcher has so many books in its series, right? So I feel like that's something you probably are more prone to get into is like more of a series rather than just like a one-off. I don't know. What would you say that that's fair? Or?
The thing with The Witcher though is that it like there's so many different offshoots because like I mean you have the first book which is technically different, and then you have the next 4 or 5 books which are a part of a series with the one with Ciri, and then you have Season of Storms which is technically like another kind of offshoot book. So I mean, honestly, the last book of the series was my least favorite. Like I had a really
wow.
tough time getting through it. So I mean, it just kind of depends. I like the swords and sorcery, and like the fun thing about He Who Fights with Monsters is that the coping mechanism that this world gave the main character to kind of help handle or to make sense of this new world is like a video game type interface. So it has like his spells that he can see and look at. He has a little map that he can see, and he has party
cool.
chat to be able to talk to his party members. Like,
No way.
Oh, that's actually kind of cute.
so it's a really fascinating little story, and I've really
Yeah.
been enjoying it.
That's good.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now I saw this poll the other day, and I thought it was pretty rad, and a really good question. Not necessarily like a brain teaser, but just something that I was like, oh man, I guess there's so many different ones out there. I would really have to I'd really have to think about it more. But the question was, what kind of fantasy are you into? And it was like sword and sorcery.
Okay.
Go-
I was thinking something different.
oh no. Sexual fantasy? No, I'm kidding.
Like, wait a second, where is this going?
Steph let the intrusive thoughts win.
I did, yeah. Sure.
I mean, we could go there, but that's the
Like,
difference
Mac, this is a
between.
crazy leap. We went from talking about novels to this.
I mean, we could change the subject if you want, but I was gonna keep it on fantasy. But Steph, if you got other things in mind, we can talk about them. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, I guess it was like dark fantasy, sword and sorcery, and there were like mystic fantasy or medieval fantasy. There were like 10 different options, and I was like, oh my god, I didn't realize how many offshoots of like
Mhm.
Oh my god.
different fantasy settings there are. But yeah, I thought that was kind of cool because there's not just, and I'm sure it's similar with like sci-fi, because you have like post-apocalypse, but then you also have like
Mhm.
your Star Trek type of futuristic space voyage galaxy sci-fi stuff. I don't know, but
There's little
And then you
offshoots
have-
for each genre. I mean, think of it for like mystery novels.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like, you've got your spy novels, you've got there's even like economic, like, mystery novels, kind of like Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, and
mm,
Excuse me.
like there's a little bit of everything. I've been watching Castle, and
oh yeah.
it's such a good show. I realize I have a type. And
Oh.
my type is Nathan Fillion, which explains my husband, who is
I see.
tall, dark hair, light eyes, funny. Like, I was like, I get it.
Does he have a little bit of snark to him?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because that's a Nathan Fillion character, is just a little bit of that
And
that
like,
sarcastic wit, I
and
guess.
yes. And of course, my husband made a comment. Like, he's like, when I grow up, I want to be Nathan Fillion. I was like, yep. Like, it was like
Honey,
season.
you already are.
Yeah.
I was like, why do you think I married you?
Yeah.
No,
That's funny.
I'm teasing, but I did realize I was like, okay, I have a type.
Yeah. No, at least you know what you like and what you want, and
Yeah.
there you go, and you went after it. So, whereas some women may not know what they want and then enter into something and they're like, oh no, this is not what I signed up for.
Nope.
So
Oh no, I stalked my husband.
you got to make sure you're getting the right
My,
one.
my my initial instinct to that was, aw.
To stalk your husband. Oh,
Aw.
that's so sweet. Oh, believe me, I did a background check on him before our first date, and Steph's like,
Oh,
"Oh, how
no.
sweet."
Aw.
No,
Aw.
I didn't go.
My
I
initial
mean,
reaction.
He was I think I've mentioned this before, but he was my client whenever I was doing hair. That's how we met.
Yeah.
Aw.
Do you and Melissa ever talk hair, Kara?
Yeah, whenever I go there, we swap horror stories.
Oh, that's funny. Well,
But
yeah, because I'm sure.
my
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
difference is that I mainly did men's hair, and she mainly had done like women's hair.
Yeah, I feel like she was getting a lot of like Hollywood
Mm-hmm.
individuals that while she was still in Cali.
Yeah, I mean she has there's this in her little salon that she has at their house. You see the the magazines that feature her and her salon in it, like where it mentions her.
Oh, it's
I
so
was like,
cool. I
that's
love that.
pretty darn cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. Before we go forward, I was gonna tell chat. So this morning, guys, I've got some Black Templars that I'm painting, but I had three of them, or two or three of them, that I actually stripped the paint down and completely re-primed and did a completely totally different base coat, because these shoulder pads, these white shoulder pads, are very, very difficult to paint. The paint that I use is just like super chalky, so you have to do like multiple coats of really thin down, watered down paint so that it doesn't chalk up on you. So I'm basically going to go through these guys today and see if I can make any progress with some of the new undercoats and see how these turn out. This one I think looks really smooth, and I like the white. It's not too gray, but it's not too like beige. So I think the goal though is this guy. Like I think this is what we're aiming for. So we'll see what we can do. But yeah, great to see everyone in chat this morning. Thanks for being here, guys. Appreciate it.
Yes, thank you.
Aiming, thank you for the gifted sub. And Psychotic Mongoose, thank you for the gifted sub as well.
Tara Crystal in my chat says Castle in the Halloween episode of season 1. He dresses up as a space cowboy, quote unquote, an obvious play on Firefly. Did you notice that, Kara?
Oh yeah, I notice every single one of the Firefly instances. I mean, there's that episode. They have the Comic-Con episode. There's so many overshoots, I guess, like crossovers or mentions within the show of a Firefly. Like there's even an episode where he's like they track down these people and they speak Mandarin, and Beckett goes, "How did you?" And Castle speaks Mandarin because that's what they speak in Castle, or not in Castle, but in. Sorry, I'm having some issues this morning. That's what they speak in Firefly, and he's like, "I watched a lot of TV." He's like, "I watched a lot of a TV show, and that's a reference to Firefly." Like, I even there's the most recent episode I watched last night had Gina Torres on, who was in Firefly. I expected them to kind of have a mention or a little quip, but they didn't. But there have been people who were in Firefly that have been on the show as well. Like the guy who plays Jane, he's in an episode.
Nice.
Gina Torres is in an episode. There's a lot of little crossovers. It makes me happy.
Well, if there's anyone who knows anything about Firefly and Nathan Fillion, it's our boy Josh, who just got into the chat. Good morning, Josh.
Good morning,
Josh.
Josh.
Good to see
I've
you.
never seen Firefly.
It's good.
It's very
Yeah.
good.
It's very good.
I would say it's.
I've seen Serenity. I've just never seen Firefly.
You watched Serenity,
Oh,
but you haven't watched
interesting.
Yeah.
Firefly. Okay.
I
Um,
like Serenity.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Serenity's good.
That's super interesting.
Mhm.
I feel like Firefly is like a nerd's wet dream. Like it's just everything you want within one of these like really great nerd shows. And it it ended too soon. And that's kind
Yeah.
of the point of contention is like it was so good for what it was, but it just unfortunately didn't make the cut for
Now,
for Fox. So
was it just one season?
Yes.
yeah, that's it.
Yeah, they only did one season, 12 episodes. They actually mentioned they make little jabs at that a lot too. They mentioned Joss Whedon in in the comic book in the Comic-Con episode as well. And like was that one show that Joss Whedon guy made that only got 12 episodes in a movie? Oh yeah.
Now,
Now, when
speaking
it
of
ended,
oh,
because it only got one season, did fans, blame the fans that didn't watch?
or did Fox blame the fans? That's a good point. I mean,
I did not watch it until like the last 10 years. So I am not a good judge of what the tone was at that time. 1 second. Oh, my husband found a little snake he's bringing me.
oh,
snake?
fun.
A little snake. Can I show him his stream?
She sounds so happy.
A snake.
Yeah, that baby's if it's
uh,
venomous.
yeah, Steph, I'd encourage you to see it because it's really good. I like it a lot. But from what I remember, I don't believe that anyone blamed fans. I believe people blamed Fox, honestly, because Fox aired the episodes out of order, and there was a ton of controversy as to when they aired it and how they aired it, and so a lot of fans weren't happy with the overall presentation by Fox.
Interesting.
Yeah. And blamed them because
I wonder if the show came out today, would they blame the fans? Oh. They
Josh
blame
says not even one
misogyny.
season. Oh, it ended early with 14 episodes and only 12 aired. Wow. Producers blamed low ratings for Firefly canceled. It was doing 4 to 5 million per week, which was amazing at the time. And then yeah, Josh says fans blamed Fox because they aired episodes out of order, didn't air the pilot until after the series was canceled, and had massive gaps between episodes because of MLB. Wow. Wow. Talk about a train wreck.
If the show was made today, do you think they would blame the fans?
Depends. Did they have any black people? Sorry, that was mean. But it's true. I mean, if there were black people in it, then yeah, they'd probably blame the fans. And then they'd make a video online,
Mm-hmm.
and then they'd say that it was because of the alt-right.
Misogyny.
Yeah.
I
I
guess
saw
Um,
this. I saw this Twitter post that said like, "I'll never forgive like the toxic fandom or whatever
Oh my
for going
gosh.
after these people," and they had like Star Wars actors, and they pictured like Ahmed Best in there. It's like, and Jake Lloyd, and I was thinking to myself like, it was the media like that went after those characters,
Yeah.
and it
Look
even
at the
had like
little
John
snake.
Boyega. Oh,
You have a snack?
I have a snack.
it does.
No step on snack? Oh, you do have snack. Look at that.
Ooh,
Oh my gosh, she's
pretty
tiny.
color.
You're so little. You're good. I'm gonna send you back outside.
How did he get in?
My husband found him.
Oh, okay.
In the house?
No, he's outside doing yard work.
Oh.
Thank you for showing me Snack. He is a itty bitty little Snack.
That's so cool. Do you guys find anything that's like poisonous ever, or anything that's dangerous, or is it pretty tame?
Not snakes. I haven't found any poisonous snakes yet. We have a lot of like big spiders.
Ugh.
Yeah, I freaking hate them. There's one by my car right now, so I'm refusing to go near it. That's one of the downfalls of living out in the middle of nowhere is the spiders.
Yeah, we were talking about Firefly, and it's Josh and well, Josh says Gina Torres was in it, and she's black. She's the wife to Alan Tudyk, which I love his character. Yeah. And MG says, I can't believe the alt-right destroyed Firefly. And then
We're so racist.
I know we really are. I mean, it's about time that we had a black female character in a lead. Oh wait, they did it in Firefly.
They did it in Firefly, and they did it well in Firefly.
Yes,
She's she was freaking like a badass in Firefly.
Yeah. Josh says that she was also super based, both as a female and as a black actress. I believe that.
And I mean, not only that, there was 2 main characters that were black on the cast because they had the preacher as well.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. And what's her name was, I think, kind of like was Asian.
Well, there's the courtesan who she was into, but she serviced both men and women.
Yeah, that's right.
So there's that as
Wow,
well.
the show
Wait a
is so
second. You had an LGBT character?
But she was paid to do it. So, I mean, but that's also promoting sex work. So that is obviously, that is very leftist as well.
Yeah, what is it? Sex work is real work or something. They have a slogan or something.
Yeah.
I saw this reel before we went live. I think it was just on Twitter. But it was this girl was asking people questions while they were shopping at the grocery store, which is, we love that. But anyways, she was asking if her question was, would you date an OnlyFans model?
Depends on what the content is.
And
what was the consensus? Well,
the guy right away said no. And she was like, really? You wouldn't? Like, why not? And he asked her like, well, I mean, do you mean like date? Because you can do other things, right? You can do other things. And she goes, no. Like, this is your girlfriend. He's like, I'm going to be taking this person home to my mom. And she says, yes, this is your girlfriend. He's like, right away just said no. Like, I don't, how you make your money is how you make your money. But nope, absolutely not.
Yeah.
What do you think, Max?
Yeah, no, I would automatically say no as well. I think that everyone is, has their own preference and everyone has their own taste. And so if there are guys out there that they're, like maybe, because women women have preferences and they go, oh, I maybe only want to date a guy who's this tall, or I only want to date a guy who is financially stable, or like whatever it may be, right? For me, my kind of preference is I'd prefer her not to do sex work. And I think that's an okay preference to have. I don't think that that's offensive or anything. That's just my preference. But I do think that sex work and OnlyFans is rotting the brains of young men. And so I'd automatically say no. But what about you? I mean, I know it's more rare to have a guy doing OnlyFans, but what if he worked in that industry? Maybe he's like in the industry somehow. Would you feel comfortable dating someone like that?
No.
I don't know. I don't think for me personally I would, but
Yeah.
I mean, it all depends on the trust between the two people and what boundaries are set. And I think communicate as long as the communication is there, that could help. It just kind of depends on those factors. I mean, I do think that like it would be difficult to justify taking like a sex worker or somebody who's in porn home to your family. I wouldn't do it personally. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's all depends on what you're comfortable with and what you are like. As long as you are confident in yourself and there's good trust in the relationship, then let them try, and if it works, it works.
Interesting.
If not, then oh well.
Yeah. The I think I think I'm kind of prude because like I don't even know if I'd date like an influencer. Like
Mhm.
if a girl was on Instagram and she were like a bikini Instagram or like a fitness, you know, um Instagram influencer or something where like
Mhm.
95% of her pictures are just like butt pics and stuff, I'd just be like, I don't find that modest, or I don't find that really all that endearing. I don't know. But there's nothing I think that women posting pictures of themselves in like beautiful shots and dresses, or if they have a like makeup or a new outfit to show, like there's nothing wrong with that. Like even I've done that where I'll post like a picture of me in a suit or something. um but when your whole identity is like I'm showing off my body for likes, it just seems, I don't know. I don't
Disingenuous.
know if, yeah, and I don't know if I'd really, you know, um, date or pursue someone like that. But
Hi.
um,
Good
good
Hi.
morning.
I finally fixed it after an hour
Oh,
or so. I don't know. I don't know
what
what
was
time I
going
started.
on with your internet?
I think when I was unplugging and replugging a bunch of stuff to start my the network, one of the plugs came a little bit undone.
Mm.
I had to figure out which one it was because trust me, there are a lot of plugs.
oh,
Yeah.
lots of plugging going on at X-Ray
Giggity.
Girl's house.
Giggity. Because the weird thing is, it was only my room that was affected. All the other rooms had internet, but then the Wi-Fi network wasn't working. So I'm like, what the heck is going on?
Oh, weird.
So, yeah, I caused the problem is the main thing.
How dare you?
How are you guys? I know, right?
We're good. We were actually just talking about sex work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
spicy topic.
what? How did this get inspired?
Steph.
So I saw a thing on Twitter where this girl was asking people questions, and she went up to a guy and asked him if he would ever date an OnlyFans model. Right? So it's not sex work, it's just photos. She's an OnlyFans model. And he like right away said no. And she was like, "Really? Like no?" And he goes, "Well, what do you mean by date? Because you can do other things." She goes, "No, no, no. You're dating. This is your girlfriend." He like said, "So I'd be bringing her home to my mom." And she said, "Yes." And he said, "No." Like right away, just no, no way. He's like, "No, no." He's like, "I respect how she gets her money. Like make your bag, but no, I wouldn't date her." So,
I can understand that though. I feel like that's a part of your person that you're with has been shared with the internet,
Yeah.
mhm.
and that's a
What I
values
find
thing too.
interesting is he's like very quick to say like you can do other things, right? You can do other things.
Oh,
Um,
as
which
long as
is
they can get their finish.
Exactly. So like it's kind of like this thing where I wouldn't date you, but I would do other things. So like, is it like
Is
the
that
girl has
better or
sort of like
worse?
set the standard, like you're only good for your body for the sex work, like that's it, right?
You've been put in that category because of what you
Yeah.
do. Yeah. Yeah.
You kind
Which
of label yourself as that, and so men will just then see you as that value. If
yeah.
or they will see that the only value that you bring is from that source.
And they would find that embarrassing if their friends and family found out. I think that's another thing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Which I mean, like, everyone's entitled to their own wants in their partner, and so I think neither can you be offended if someone says, I would never date, an OnlyFans person or a sex worker or whatnot.
Right.
Double standard. I know. He'll want to only do the other stuff and not the dating.
No, I think that's fair. Like I was saying earlier, I think there's like it's okay for people to have preferences. And if
Yeah.
your preference is not to date an OnlyFans model, then that's your preference. So, but
I think it's interesting because like there's that other video over on Twitter that like went viral of that girl cooking, and she like made a mess in the kitchen. Like
And
she
her
almost burned
boobs are
her down. Did you see that?
the underwear.
Yeah, or she's like cooking in lingerie and she almost burns her kitchen down.
oh my
And
God.
her boyfriend
It's
like
so
came.
funny.
Neither of them knew how to put out a grease fire. Um, but everyone in the comments, right, is saying like to the girl. A lot of the comments are like, well, it looks like she's only good for one thing because she can't even cook. Um, like she really is only good for one thing, or they would say like wood. But for the guy, right? Because it's this girl online streaming to a bunch of men in her lingerie, they kept calling him a cuck. So, like, I don't just think that like if you date an OnlyFans model or one of those Twitch streamer, it doesn't just like affect you. It affects like the person that you're with because you're labeled like, oh my gosh, you actually let your girl do this.
Oh,
Yeah.
and then if you have kids, like there's that
Yeah.
big hole that I cannot imagine, being made fun of because your mom puts nudies on the
Yeah.
internet. Right?
Yeah. But yeah, no, I mean, it's like it is kind of like if the woman or the man is doing sex work, you're kind of in technically an open relationship because you're being intimate with another man or woman. And open relationships, I don't think I've ever seen one that has worked.
Right.
You constantly see one of the two members of that marriage or that matrimony end up distancing themselves from the other because they're like, oh, my significant other just went out on a date with her new guy. And it's like, I'm feeling ashamed, or I'm feeling jealous, or I'm feeling less than. And so those relationships just never work. No matter how much those people want to cope, I just feel like you're always going to be upset. But
Well, I think
yeah,
no matter how many times you tell yourself that like it's okay, it's all right, it's okay, I'll be fine, I'm doing it
mhm.
too, there's still like there would still be
There's
this
always going to be a slight twinge of resentment.
resentment
And
in the back of
Yes,
your mind.
yeah, there
Yeah,
you go.
and jealousy. You just
Mhm.
can't escape that. No matter how hard you tell yourself, oh, this is fine, we're both doing it.
Yeah.
You know.
Josh says, "Oh no, if anyone claims they're an influencer, that's an automatic no because they're annoying as F." I like it. Clinton says, "I don't even like dating women that are overly tattooed. If OnlyFans was solo pictures only, maybe. If full videos with another dude, hard now." See, I don't even know, like, if they're,
Okay, like a limit. That's interesting.
yeah, if they're posting like nudes or whatever on OnlyFans, and even though it's solo, I still just feel like they're kind of contributing to a lot of these young men who are just, I don't know, they're contributing to that this kind of status of young men right now that are just completely lost.
The
But
over-sexualized generation that we're in right now.
yeah, and these men who've just become complete simps and cucks that like won't actually go out and meet a girl or won't actually go out and try and to find a wife, because why would they when they can stay at home, make a ton of money, play video games, and pay some other girl to show them everything they want online? And it's like it takes two to tango. So it's like the guy's willing to pay, but the girl's also willing to put it up on OnlyFans. So both are kind of at fault here. It's a difficult conundrum, but I see it all the time, unfortunately.
I was on so I was on a stream because a lot of people are saying like there's a big porn addiction, right? Happening with the young men nowadays.
Very much so, yeah.
Okay, so I was on stream with this girl named Candace Horvath.
Oh
I
yeah, that
think?
was the
Simcast stream.
yeah, you did Simcast with her. That's right.
Yeah. She said that like it's not an addiction. There's no such thing as a porn addiction. That it's an impulse problem with people.
Absolutely not. Well, I mean, it
Yeah.
is an impulse
You can
problem.
equate addiction and impulse to each other too. Is it not almost synonymous?
She said that like if you have an addiction, like there's standards that need to be met with it, and she was like, you know, porn addiction, that it doesn't meet those standards, so she doesn't consider it addiction. It's an impulse problem.
But yeah, X-Ray Girl alluded to it. I think X-Ray, you mentioned it perfectly. Isn't every addiction an impulse? Like your body is saying, I have to gamble, or I have to have this thing of alcohol.
Well,
Or I
same
have
thing
to
with
have this
gambling. She
cigarette.
was saying that like it's not an addiction. That's an impulse problem. It's an impulsivity problem. I guess like medically or something, in order for it to be considered an addiction, it has to meet some medical standards, and those two things don't meet it.
What?
So, yeah. So she said that it's not a real addiction.
I don't.
Okay. Let me see.
don't-
Okay. Medical criteria for addiction diagnosis: brain circuitry. So addiction alters the brain's reward system, leading to compulsive behavior and a strong desire to continue using substance or engage in addictive behaviors despite negative consequences. Already, that's an addiction, is an impulse problem. I don't know.
Yeah. You are
Yeah,
getting.
it was such an interesting conversation because she was like that is her stance on it. It is not an addiction. It is an impulse problem. It's like,
I mean, as somebody who has dealt, like, so whenever I was younger, there was this guy who got, basically he got, banned. Like, they had to get rid of all of, like, the technology and computers in their house because he had such a bad porn addiction. And he broke into my house to watch porn on the computer.
God,
Yeah.
wow.
That's screwed up. Oh my god.
Jesus, how down bad do you have to be to do that?
Exactly. So it's there. And so those who are saying that that's not a real thing are very incorrect on that.
Yeah, I'll say this, and I don't mean to be, because Steph, I know you were on that panel, so I'm not trying to be mean to the panel or anything. But
No, I
to
was just like, it's an addiction. Like,
yeah,
I don't
like, to this,
I understand your logic, but I feel like it's an addiction. Like,
right. And to this Candace girl, I know who she is, and like I'm very aware of the work that she performed. And
yeah.
I think this is cope. I think that she is kind of ashamed of her past, and she doesn't like the fact that she did that. And so she is trying to cope with the fact that she has made young men addicted to this awful
Right.
substance
She
that
played
has rotted their brains.
Right. Like she played a role in that.
Correct. Yeah.
Mhm.
So, um, I see her a lot on these shows, and I still don't get the appeal, but that's a great question though, Steph. I think that's really interesting. Um, Josh, for 26 months of a membership, thank you so much, man. Here, I'll get your horn for you. He says, for the panel, do you think that nudity is inherently wrong? I would say no. God asked Adam and Eve why they were covering themselves after eating the apple. Ooh, interesting. Great question, Josh. What do you guys think?
I think
Uh,
what you do in
what
your own home is
context?
fine,
Yeah.
but I don't think it needs to be out in public.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
Like,
Mhm.
there's civilization is civil for a reason, and I do think that having that sense of, what is the right word I'm looking for?
Conservative-ish.
Yes, I think just consideration of others. That, like, I do think that, like, I'm not able to fully process this, but
Conscientious?
yes. Yeah, I'm having a blonde moment, Eric. I'm sorry. And Psychotic
okay.
Mongoose, thank you for gifting that membership. I just don't think that it needs to be out in public. Like, I don't want to know somebody's fetishes. I don't want to know. I don't want to know all that. Like,
Yeah.
that's just my own personal opinion. I understand that, but at the same time, like, keep it to yourself. It's okay to have your own interests and not forcing them on others.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I think that's really fair, and unfortunately, like we've gotten to this place where it's like you say like, yeah, no, I'd prefer not to see people's weird sexual fetishes, and that's like a hot take now. Like, what? What are we
It's
doing?
offensive because
Yeah,
I have to be considerate of your feelings of what you want to wear, but not what I want to see.
yeah, or not only what they want to wear, but what they want to do to each other in the bedroom. Like, why are you showing this
And I'm not only
that
supposed
in
to be
public?
okay with it, I'm supposed to promote it and applaud it and share it with
And
the
support
world
it.
that this is okay.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Like, I don't
At least,
care what anybody says. I don't care what, like, those who are trying to, with the kids stuff. That will never, ever, ever, ever be socially acceptable.
yeah.
Mm-mm.
You know, what's fascinating is that it used to just be acceptance. You know, it used to just be accept our kinks or whatever. But then it became promote it. And that's yeah.
Well, that's just the
That's
next. It's sort of like the next step, right?
right.
When we got what we wanted, what else can we get? What else can we get away with? What else can we ask for?
Yeah.
So,
Give an inch, take a mile.
exactly.
To answer your question though, Josh, and thank you again for the 26 months, dude. I sincerely appreciate it. You know, in Europe, nudity is such a just a general part of their culture. You look at the Roman Empire, and a lot of their statues and a lot of their artwork was of the beauty of the feminine form and things like that. I think that there's a beauty to nudity. I mean, there's a reason why God made us attracted to one another, because like being naked and everything. So I don't think it's inherently offensive, but I do think that the world has completely over-sexualized it and made it so that it has become like a sinful thing because of our own desires. And I think that has kind of rotted our brains. But realistically, I think if we were still in the Garden of Eden, nudity would still be a thing of beauty and not one of
Lust.
lust. And yeah, that's perfect verbiage, Kara. Thank you. because that lustful desire has really what has made it become sinful. So
Psychotic Mongoose, thank you for the gifted sub.
Kevin says, I don't know if I can listen to this conversation anymore with me living in England. Oh no, careful.
You can listen, you just can't participate.
Yeah, Kevin, just don't say anything, or else you'll have the bobbies coming after you in the old jolly old London.
Did you call them the bobbies?
The bobbies, yeah, they
The
coming
bobbies,
after you.
the police.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Aren't they called bobbies?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
The
I don't know
constables.
British
The
terms.
bobbies.
The bobbies. So, but thanks for being here, Kevin. Yeah, just don't say anything, brother. You can listen. It's all good. We don't want you to get in trouble.
Maybe you could just say, I don't agree. Just for
Just
You
to
know,
be
you know what you
sure.
mean.
Exactly, yeah. I don't, quote unquote, agree. Yeah.
You were
and
trying
thank
to
you,
send
Psychotic
a message.
Mongoose. Yeah. Thank you, Psychotic Mongoose, for the one gifted membership, brother. To Terra Crystal, thank you. I appreciate that. Here's
Nice.
your little DJ air horn.
Bow, 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 bow.
Oh, a bit offensive, isn't it?
In it.
Tuesday, isn't it?
Tuesday.
Tuesday, isn't it?
Hi, Magnus. Tuesday.
I was playing the squirrel with a gun game.
Oh, did it crash on you? It kept
I haven't
crashing on me during my
played it.
stream.
I wanted to. I should have. I haven't had time
what?
yet. I haven't had time yet to play that game. I want to.
It
Oh,
looks
Was
so
it fun?
cute.
I love
it wasn't
it. It's
crashing?
so much fun. But it kept crashing on me. Yeah, it crashed on me like 5 times in an hour, and I
Oh,
just
that's
ended my
annoying.
stream. It was really annoying, and I had to like start over like from the very beginning multiple
Oh.
times, and finally I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna stop, because like I didn't even make it to a save point or a checkpoint before the game would crash, so it wouldn't save.
Oh, that's annoying.
Yeah, so I just stopped, and I was wondering if like if this was happening to a ton of people.
I should
think
try
I did.
it. I'll let you know.
Okay, yeah, because Biggles was in my chat and he's like, it never crashed on me, so I don't know what was going on.
What's the squirrel gun game?
Oh, have you
Squirrel with a
not heard of
gun.
squirrel with a gun?
No.
You should.
It's quite
It's amazing.
literally a squirrel running around with a like life-size gun.
Oh my
It's
God,
hilarious. The premise is just so funny.
that's great.
If you are going to get into gaming, Max, and become a gamer, that should be
Oh
your first.
no. Oh my God.
That should be your
My
first.
first introduction, though, will have to be Space Marine 2.
Oh, he's like determined. It's Space
Yeah.
Marine.
It has to be.
Okay.
So is this squirrel with a gun, is it like a PS5 thing? Is it a desktop thing or a PC thing?
It's on PC. I think it comes out on PlayStation like later though.
Okay.
At least that's what they told me.
Huh.
Here. But yeah, I have it on my PC.
Yeah, I only
do you
saw it on
guys-
Steam, so I have no idea if it's on other platforms.
What do you guys play Chain Together on?
PC.
Steam.
Okay. And then
Oh my gosh,
I have to-
me and Disbrew got through the spinning.
Oh, glad. Congrats.
Rotate.
The rotate. What are they? What are they called?
Shipping
The
containers.
shipping containers. Yeah, those were
Containers, yeah, the shipping
horrendous. I
containers.
hated it.
We made it through. Oh my gosh, I think like he sent me screenshots of like when you guys started and when you ended. And
Oh,
I
it
was
took
like,
forever.
holy crap, they were there for such a long time. Because I remember like popping into your stream when Az was just, he had it. He was yelling, he was giving up, you had to drag him. But I didn't know how long you guys had been there.
Yeah, forever.
Too
Oh
long.
my gosh.
It was really sad, actually, to be
Yeah. I mean, we're almost done with the game, though.
Yeah. Now,
Oh, wow.
oh god, it took forever to get to that point.
You can beat the game?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was just like you try and go as far as you can, but it never ends, and you just try and get the highest score.
Okay, so I just got the best present ever.
Yes.
Food?
Well, no, but my husband just surprised me. Apparently, this just arrived. It's the bathhouse Lego set from Spirited Away.
No. Oh my
He's such a sweetie.
gosh.
Hey, aw, I love you guys together.
Oh
my
god.
That looks so cool.
I am so freaking excited.
I love it. Take it out and build it right now.
I know. I want to see it finished.
Yeah.
Freaking
That's so rad.
1,800 pieces.
Keep you busy.
It'll take me like 3 streams.
That's awesome.
Oh
Good
my
work, Jeremy.
god, I'm so excited.
That
Oh,
looks
I'm
gorgeous.
so happy.
Do they have other Miyazaki sets? Lego sets?
I don't know. I mean, I haven't looked. I mean, that's not an official like Lego set. It's an off-brand,
Right.
but
Mhm.
that
Kind of
looks
like the
awesome.
Krusty Krab that Steph did, I think.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yes. Oh, I'm so excited.
That's so cool.
Can't wait to see that build.
I don't think it's Sideshow, but one of the big statue companies has been making all the different like set pieces for all the Miyazaki films. So like they did Castle in the Sky, they did Princess Mononoke with like the wolves. They did My Neighbor Totoro, and it's like the umbrella scene. And
Aw.
then, or maybe it was the bus, the cat bus, I forget. But there were some beautiful ones. And then they had the bathhouse, but they had like all
Aw.
the characters. So yeah, just they're such beautiful set pieces and
Mhm.
like gorgeous
hus-
scenery and yeah.
My husband's been working on a Princess Mononoke sketch. I wonder if
Ooh,
his
Oh,
sketchbook is
cool.
still downstairs. Let me go grab it real quick.
That's cool.
X-Ray, did you ever see the Miyazaki films?
No. Have I offended you?
I think you've offended your people.
My
I'm kidding.
people? Oh god. You don't want that.
Not her
Oh
people.
no. Not my people.
Callie says Lego. Do I see Lego? Yes, I am building the Lego. For those who don't know, I'm building the Lego Bat Cycle. Or Lego
His
Technic.
sketchbook. His sketchbook must be upstairs.
Yeah,
Is
X-Ray.
that
I
for
would.
the Lego addiction? Maybe.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Or is it an impulse? I'm kidding.
Ooh.
Honestly,
yeah. Now
I
I'm
think
gonna.
Legos can be a constructive hobby, both figuratively and literally.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Because I mean, you're not only are you reading and following instructions, you're using your brain, you're using your memory, you're using your motor skills. Like, I don't see anything wrong with Legos.
Yeah. Same thing with gaming.
Exactly. Your reflexes. like,
Strategizing.
Oh
all
my
that
gosh.
is important.
It was so funny because my mom called me the other day and she goes, Max, I was listening to this, podcast, and they brought up the list of the most unattractive hobbies or the most
Oh,
unattractive hobbies
God.
by
Was
women.
Warhammer on there? Oh no.
And I was like, Mom, what podcasts are you listening to? Why are you listening to this? But I told her, I was like, that all the statistics of that are like totally fake. Like it's all made up. And she was like, "Oh, I was so worried because the first one was video games, and then the second one was collecting like figures, and that's what you do." And so I was like,
Oh.
Oh, your mom's so cute. She was just worried about you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's looking out for you.
I love
she was
her
just looking
already.
out for little old me.
Oh.
And I was like,
Adorable.
Mom, I'm sure there are many women who find my hobbies absolutely repulsive, but I still told her nonetheless. I still think that. I think you guys covered it on Poor Choices. It was bogus, right? I mean, no one found any
Yeah.
data that supported it.
Oh no,
Yeah,
and it was completely bogus. The fact that it was a 5% differences, like that's not a rounding that like anyone uses.
Yeah. And then they had like taxidermy on there. I was like, I'm sorry, what? No one does taxidermy as a hobby. So
I don't know. Some people might.
Steph is like, I secretly love taxidermy.
It's my favorite.
I watch
Yeah, she
YouTube
made a
videos.
squirrel with a gun taxidermy.
Hello, lovely piano. Maybe. I don't know.
My mouse is out of battery.
Oh no.
I'm playing Diablo while you guys are doing your thing because I don't feel like setting up my room.
No, that's okay. Hey, this is just hobby
This-
hangouts, whatever you want to do, crafts and coffee.
I don't even want to get ready. I look like
Mm.
hell.
Oh, I doubt
I
that.
feel like I look like hell. Thank you.
I bet you do. I finally watched Alice in Borderland.
Oh, did you like it?
I loved it.
Isn't it amazing?
Oh, I loved it. I
Did you
binged it.
cry? Did you cry?
I
The first
did.
episode.
Yes.
Oh,
I cried in the third episode. I was bawling. I found myself bawling a bunch of times watching.
what was the
that
third
show.
episode again?
Oh, it was so good. The
Was
third
the-
episode was when he had to like make the choice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I know.
I haven't watched this.
You know, it's emotional. Like it literally is so emotional. You don't think you're gonna like it's like it's just such a silly thought. Like this show isn't like, you know, the premise seems weird. You don't think you'll like the characters, and then you like love them.
Mm-hmm.
Asians like shows. Some of them are just really good at getting that backstory done well.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you
I've,
watched it and you liked it.
I was Oh, it was so good. Yeah, I totally binged it in 2 days. I was addicted.
Oh, it wasn't just
I
an
guess
impulse?
definitely
I
an
got
impulse.
addicted to it.
Wow.
No, yeah. It was so good that I couldn't stop watching. So,
Now, why was there an addiction? Would you say that there was an impulse to feel the serotonin of
might
watching
have been
a,
an impulse now.
a
Mhm.
good series?
I needed that good serotonin hit.
Yeah. So what's the premise? I've heard of it before, but I've never actually watched it.
It's like so they get transported, it feels like, into another world that's like mimics their world, and you have to get these cards through these games, which are each
Deadly.
card they're deadly. You could die. But then you also have a countdown, so whichever game you go to is an additional amount of days that you live.
Mhm.
Oh.
So once you get to 0, you die. So you have to play the games.
Interesting.
So I think that's a good like synopsis of the show. I hope.
And you said that initially you thought that you'd like hate the characters.
Not hate, just not interested. Didn't feel like I was
But
going to
the
be.
The characters just completely drive the show. It's
Yeah, you think that they're like
Secondary?
bad characters? No, just like you don't think you'll like them, and then you'll find out more about them, and you're like, oh my god, I love what they just did. The heck.
Phoenix and Dan,
Oh, yeah.
subscribe. Thank you, Dan.
Yeah, if you guys were crying, then yeah, it means that those characters meant something to you, I guess.
Mm-hmm. And
Is this a show that's been out for a while?
Yeah, it has 2
yeah.
seasons already.
Now, is this the show that's on Netflix?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have heard of it. I think I tried watching. I think I started watching one episode, but never finished it. So
Highly recommend.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I will
And
trust
shit.
you.
And
I will
shit.
give it a shot.
It's really good.
Any other shows you guys have been watching? X-Ray, did you have to sit through 3 episodes of Rings of Power?
Don't remind me.
Oh,
That's a yes.
Why would you do that?
well, you didn't.
Her
you didn't like
PTSD is
Venom?
gonna kick in.
Yeah.
You have not seen what I have seen.
Oh no. You're right. Actually, I've not seen. I've
And you're very
specifically
lucky for it.
chosen not to see what you have seen.
Very lucky for it.
Yeah.
I mean, okay. I make fun of it, but like realistically, if I just never watched it, I think I would be a better human for it.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I'd be a better human.
I would
before
have
watched
spent
Rings of Power.
like a couple of hours just doing other stuff that's more important to me.
Yeah, no, of course. You could have sat there just in silence and done nothing and still been better off than actually
No,
actively
actually,
watching.
truly,
Yeah.
that would have been better with my time, but it's fine. I think it makes for good conversation. I guess on streams, people seem to enjoy watching people talk about how bad it is.
That's very true. In the military, I think people now call it trauma bonding. I think that's the word.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
they call
Um,
it trauma bonding. Yeah.
But you guys are absolutely doing that by watching Rings of Power.
Yes, please bond with me in my trauma of watching that show. Steph, did you watch it? Are you going to watch it at
No.
all? Okay,
I
you're-
was thinking about it, but I can't. I didn't even watch the first season because I watched the first episode and I got so turned off by it that I didn't finish the first season.
yeah, you're a better person for it.
I haven't
Not watching.
attempted it, nor will I. I think if I want to enjoy something Lord of the Rings that's fairly new, I'll just play Shadow of Mordor.
There you go.
Ooh, yes.
Have you ever played that?
No.
It's actually a pretty cool game. It came out on Xbox. There's 2 of them in the series. I'm thinking about trying to restart them. They came out while
Oh,
I was
nice.
living in, well, not while I was living, but while I was working at GameStop. I'm really tempted to try playing them again. They're pretty cool games. I just don't know if people would enjoy that one.
Let's ask your chat, maybe.
Chat,
Ooh, yeah.
would you be interested in me playing Shadow of Mordor?
Do it. Do it. Hey, it's probably still more lore accurate than whatever garbage they're putting out for War of the Rohirrim.
Probably.
We've got MG celebrating 8 months. 8 months, dude, of a membership. Almost about to pop that baby
Ugh.
out.
Oh.
Thank you, sir.
Hey.
He says, Max, go read the description for Hulk number 19. Prepare for a new Hulk. So glad I dropped that series. Oof, that doesn't sound good. Well, thank you again for the 8 months, man. Here you go. Let me.
Eric Crystal said, "Poor X-ray girl. Mark found her crying uncontrollably on the floor and screaming out in anguish after Rings of Power."
Oh no!
I don't even remember that happening, so
Oh my
it must
gosh!
have happened. If the internet tells me it must have
Yeah.
happened.
It must have just,
It really-
it's that trauma block.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is that
PTSD.
PTSD that you like forget how events happened. Yeah.
Oh my god. Feels that way sometimes, you know? It's fine.
Yeah.
Fine.
Josh says Max's relationship with his mom is really cute, and more men should have that type of relationship with their mothers. Moms need that.
Yes.
Well, thanks, man. I appreciate that. I think there's nothing stronger than a mother and her son. There's a very special relationship with that. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's where I get my nerdy creative side.
Aw.
But,
I want to meet
guys-
Max's family.
I know.
one of these days, hey, Beardo's family came out to a meetup. I don't know if I'd invite
true.
my parents to a meetup, but you guys will
I
meet.
don't know if I want to subject my family to a meetup.
They're like, Max, it smells like BO and alcohol in here. What's happening?
If we have
Uh,
music at the F&T meetup in San Antonio, I might invite my father-in-law.
Ooh.
He would go
Ooh,
just for
nice.
that.
Yeah.
Would he do that whole incognito? We're just gonna just hang out and watch you. Well, when you're at meetups, your like work mode is insane, intense.
Mhm.
Yeah. I get very work motivated.
Yeah.
Which you should be.
Well, yes. I
Like
think
watching Karen
I mean, like my father-in-law is freaking awesome. Like I love this man. And I just think he would have a good time just seeing me in my element.
Mhm,
Mhm,
yeah.
mhm.
So
Mhm, mhm.
Shut up!
I was
Every time
waiting.
I do that, I feel like that's like the new Eric July. Oh, she.
Mhm, mhm. So
Oh
for
my
y'all ladies, what should the relationship look like with your man and his mother? Because you don't want it to be like too helicoptery, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then how do you guys feel about once y'all get married and the relationship with the son and his mother? Like, do you become now the most important thing, or does the mom still hold that place in the son's heart? Like, how does that work for you guys?
Mom will always be number one.
All right.
To me, mom will always be number one. And I
Nice.
think that there is a level of respect that has to be there. But it also needs to be mutual respect with the mother, knowing that, like, yes, she's number one. I understand that. But there always needs to be that respect of boundaries.
Mutual respect, and that's the big one, boundaries, because I've heard of so many situations where that boundary is not respected by either party.
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
That's one, because I mean, there's just some things that I don't know if I could handle from some mothers.
Oh yeah, like what?
Like if mom has the key, just make sure you text, an hour before if you're coming over.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, my family is notoriously like coming over to my house and just walking in the door.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
That's
could
how,
be-
but that's how it's always been. You just kind of walk in.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like that's how it's just you just walk in. Like we know you're coming over, but like you just walk in when you get here.
Yeah.
I've
I'm just trying to
never
think if
had
I have
that.
any nightmare parent stories.
Have you
that
seen
I can-
those? I've seen a bunch of reels. It's like a popular thing now, which I don't like, but a lot of people hating on boy moms right now.
Oh.
It depends on I guess the relationship. I don't know.
Yeah, there's like different reasons for people like hating on boy moms specifically right now. And like one reason is like boy moms with their younger sons who are putting out TikToks saying that like I'm always going to be the love of his life. You're never going to replace me in their life. Like talking to the future,
though.
talking to the future wife of their child, right? Saying that like you're never going to be good enough for him, or
It's
Now
not nice.
that's not okay.
yeah, so people hating on boy moms for that because they think like, well, that's weird. You're just sort of like setting the precedent that like and telling your future daughter-in-law that you're automatically going to hate her. She's not going to be good enough for your son. Exactly. So like that's weird. And then there's another group of people that are sort of hating on boy moms because they're ruining moments that should be shared by him and his wife. For instance, like there's a lot of videos of like baby announcements, right? Like, what are we gonna have, a boy or a girl? And then they pop the balloon, or put out a fire, or whatever. That's pink or blue, and the mom automatically goes up and hugs her son instead of like the son.
Ooh.
Like the son will go to turn and hug his wife, but the mom will put herself in there and grab the son before he's able to hug his wife.
Wow. I've never heard or seen that before.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So do you understand that it's not totally unwarranted? I think like you probably have a very healthy relationship with mom, but there are some unhealthy ones out there too.
Yeah.
Like there was this one that I saw that it sparked a lot of conversation in the in the comment section, because there were a lot of boy moms that are defending what the mom did, but there are also a lot of people saying like that's not a healthy relationship. So what happened was, they found out they were having a girl, and the boy, her son, turned around, hugged the wife, and picked her up and started running with her, right? Because they were so excited. The mom like went to go, automatically like chased the son to go and hug him, and chased them around the yard. And when she found out like he's not going to drop her and he's not going to, turn around and hug
Is she
me,
upset?
she ran to, they had signs in the grass that said boy or girl. She ran to the signs and started ripping them out of the ground.
What? So she got
Yes.
upset.
I don't think she was
What?
happy, but like a lot of people were saying she was going to make this moment about her no matter what, which is why she ran up to the sign and started ripping out like the boy, right? Because they're having a girl, so she started ripping the boy out of the ground. It was just the letters BOY, so she started ripping him out of the ground and jumping up and down and clapping, right? So it was so weird. It was like very weird the way it happened in the video. And yeah, it sparked a lot of conversation in the comment section, saying that like there was nothing wrong with that. She was very happy for her son. But what I guess like people were saying, like the boundary that was crossed was when like she should have taken a hint when her son picked up his wife and started running around instead of going out and chasing them.
Yeah.
So like that's not a healthy relationship. And they were thinking like the son knew exactly what to do, because maybe his mom crosses these boundaries often, that like maybe he knew like, okay, I need to pick up my wife and like run, because otherwise my mom will come over here and like take me from her or something like that. You know what I mean? Like the son knew what to do.
I mean, that could be it. I don't want to. I'm automatically
Yeah,
thinking
like,
it's
it
not
was-
insidious.
It was a lot. I know it was a lot of like assumption, but it was very interesting to read. But yeah, there's those two conversations happening. Like there's and it's all around boy moms. I'm not seeing anything around girl moms, which is interesting too.
Well, of course not.
Because
all
there's
around women.
competition between like the sexes,
Um,
so to speak.
there's been a really big like gender war going on, or battle between the sexes, like you said. Men blaming things on women, women blaming things on men. All those clips that you see of like, the guy out on the street, out at the bars, and he's like, hey, would you cheat on your man? And she's like, hell yeah, whatever, blah blah. It's like those types of clips that just continue to resurface, where it's like, women are the worst, and then you get guys who are on Fresh and Fit that are just like, yeah, women aren't good for anything, and so it's like, oh yeah, men are the worst, and so it's just this constant battle between the two. There's really zero nuance in a lot of these conversations, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys see that too, or do you feel like there's an attack on? Well, because really, what's happening is, because of this, men and women are going to find each other repulsive, and more men are going to become more distrusting, more women are going to become more disgusted, and we're going to see a drop in birth rate, we're going to see a drop in marriages, we're going to see a drop in intimacy, we're going to see a rise in adult content, like all this stuff. Do you think that has any, like, would you agree that that's happening, or is there any merit
Oh, it's
to what I'm
definitely
saying?
happening.
Okay.
It's definitely happening. Like the division between people, it feels insane sometimes. I don't know if it's planned or whatever. That's another conversation entirely.
That's an Alex Jones conversation.
But I mean, I could see it. Possibly.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah. It's sad that is kind of, if this is planned, who's planning it and how are they so damn good at it?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's planned or not, but I think that a lot of people, because, social media is so prevalent in our lives, that they see what is being shared and create a narrative accordingly. Because now, like, everything's online. People share every aspect of their lives, every opinion in their head. And that leads other people to share either like the same opinion or their story online. And so, like, because it's all out there, that just, you can create any type of narrative based on whatever is out there.
Yeah.
But I think that, like, also to answer your question, Max, earlier, there does need to be boundaries set within a marriage and within a son's relationship with his mother. I think that is never going to change. The son is always going to have their mother. That is a respect that needs to be upheld by the wife, right?
Yeah.
Like you need to just respect that mother because they raised this man that you fell in love with. But at the same time, like, your son has also chosen this woman to spend the rest of his life with, and that decision needs to be respected. You can have your opinions and you can share those opinions with your husband, but I think that, like, at some point with your children, you need to let them live their own lives and make their own mistakes. So if you don't like this person, he needs to learn that lesson. And if he comes to you with issues, just, like, be there to listen, and just kind of act accordingly. But, like, you have to let them make the mistakes that they're going to make.
I think that's one of the hardest things for a lot of, I'll say,
It
boy
is.
moms to do, or just moms in general, because they don't want to relinquish, they want to protect, which is fair.
Exactly. Yeah.
I understand that, but if you're always going to protect them, think about the lessons that they don't learn from not making these mistakes.
Mhm.
And something that my mom was, like, super adamant for us kids. At like 19, 20, they started really loosening the reins. And then she's like, how hard it was for me to see you date certain people or talk to certain people. And unless you were in danger, I wasn't going to just be like, no.
Yeah.
That is tough.
Mm-hmm.
And I think only really a parent will understand that feeling, once they have those kids, because I couldn't even imagine what that must feel like. I only have a cat. So, like,
imagine Gideon got with, like, the girl from Puss in Boots.
Oh my goodness.
Like, she steals things. She's, lured him with her sexiness. Would you let Gideon do that? I don't know.
My boy, my young boy. He's being what's the word I'm looking for? Manipulated, and she's taking over my innocent young boy.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's tough because, like, it's funny when you think about, you tell cats and dogs, like, no, don't eat that, or something like that, and that's simple. You just grab it out of their mouth. But, like, if your young child is dating someone, you can't just grab it out of their mouth and be like, no, don't date that thing.
No. If anything, you push them towards them.
Right. Oh yeah. A lot of times, like I've heard of women becoming less attracted to their male partner if the mom and dad like him. you know,
Oh, that's
That's
strange.
interesting. Yeah.
because they're like, oh no, I want a bad boy. You know, I want a guy who my parents don't like. I want him to be rebellious. You
I
know.
don't understand that sentiment.
Mm-mm.
Me neither.
Huh. That's why I probably hang out with you guys. I mean, there are a lot of reasons why
As-
I hang out with you guys,
As
but
someone who's
that
dated a bad boy, you don't want a bad boy.
Steph's like,
oh,
I
I
speak from ex-
understand.
yeah.
I
I
understand
feel
you,
like
girls.
almost every girl has like, tried her hand at a bad boy, and it's like, nope.
It's not worth it.
Is it one of those things where it's like it's fun in the moment, but then like afterwards you're like, oh, that was a mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and then it's funny because the whole Galadriel getting what's the word? Very, intoxicated, attracted to Sauron. I think a lot of young, misguided humans, maybe not young, but probably definitely misguided, can relate to that. Like when you're like, you just don't see any of the bad stuff.
Yeah.
Like I think right now a lot of book talk readers are living and loving, which is why like a lot of like the new Star Wars fans like the Acolyte, right? Because they
Like
wanted an
toxic
enemy with a
relationship.
lovers show, and they love the idea of being enemies and then moving over to like he's just become the love of my life now. But why on earth would you want a relationship with someone so toxic, with someone that is an enemy, someone who holds values that aren't anything like yours, right?
Yeah.
Why?
Mhm.
Because like I think that like the more you date someone, the more you're influenced by them. Like whether you realize it or not, you kind of start taking on like their interests become yours, and or the conversations that you have, you start having like maybe seeing things their way, or you know what I mean? Like you kind of like take on the traits of your partner a little bit.
Oh,
And they
definitely.
like the fact that like Osha was turning to the dark side because she was becoming influenced by Kymir's character. Like, oh my gosh, look,
That's so
they're gonna
hot.
be together. And it's like, why would you want this good character to become bad? They're like, but they're lovers now. It's like, but
They
at
think
what
that's
cost?
romantic.
At what cost? Like she just gave up all the things that made her inherently good. Why would you want that? That doesn't sound healthy.
No,
You think
it
this is a-
doesn't.
Epic
No.
Mike is in the chat. What's up, dude?
Hi,
Epic
Mike.
Mike. What's happening,
Mike.
man?
All he said
Michelle.
was tiny hands. I do have small hands. I had a little, my husband, oh, you weren't here for an x-ray. My husband found a snake outside. and-
God, no. A real snake.
Yeah,
No.
I had it on camera. He brought it in.
I'm so glad I wasn't here for that.
But he was just a baby snack.
No, I don't like snake. Snake reptiles gross, scary. I know.
I know. She wouldn't even like acknowledge my lizards whenever she was here.
I was very scared.
Like I went to go open the tank and she's like, no, 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 no.
Reptilian people.
The disrespect.
I
It-
know.
I just-
My
I'm
geckos are so
scared.
cute.
I'm sure they're cute, but they're very cute from over there. Okay, it's fine.
I like to view them from afar.
I love that
Hey,
you love this the reptiles. I love that about you. I can't be near it.
Hey, if Epic Mike is still in your chat, Kara, one of the guys in my chat, Kevin, says there needs to be another man on here to even things out for Max. So Mike, if you want to hop on, get in.
Ooh. Mike, what are you up to right now?
Yeah, Mike.
Yeah,
what
Mike, do you do
doing?
any hobbies?
But
no,
it was.
I'm just kidding.
He says, "Stop lizard hate."
I don't hate them. I fear them.
Howard.
That's what
Yeah,
a
that's what
lizardess
it
would
is.
say.
Howard. Howard.
I'm okay with that. Let me just be a coward over here.
Oh God, he says he's watching the last episode of Rings of Power. My life is in
Don't-
shambles.
Aw.
Why
I'm
would you
so
do that to
sorry.
yourself?
Don't do it,
R.I.P.
Mike.
Epic Muck.
R.I.P.
Sorry.
Epic Monk.
Yes.
Honey,
Michelle
your
is
favorite
using the
person
word
is in my
love.
chat right now.
Me!
Honey, your favorite person is in my chat right now. No, not that person. Your actual favorite person.
Me!
Not X-Ray, not you.
God dang it.
Who's the one G&G person that you really, really like?
Me? Is it me?
No, not Eric. And he said it. He said Epic Mike.
I'm so sad now. Wasn't me.
X-Ray says, she's like, I'm so sad now. It wasn't me.
Yeah, his
Even
favorite
Steph was
G&G
like, "It's
person's
me.
not
It's gotta be
either.
me."
It's
It's
gotta
me.
be.
Nope, not G&G.
Oh, man.
Mike is a lot of people's favorites.
I know. It's just that hair.
It's probably the hair.
Long hair don't care.
That needs
Mike's-
to rile up.
Oh, yeah.
Mike's stream last night was pretty fun. He
What did
had
you
just, like,
stream?
it was just a talk and chill. It was like a late night stream where he was just talking to the chat. But
It's Afrocast.
Afrocast?
is it Afrocast?
Is it actually called Afrocast? I love it. If it's not,
Yeah.
it should be called that.
It's called Afrocast.
Yeah.
I love it.
I thought he called it Mike at Night, Epic Mike at Night last night.
That's what it was. Yeah. That's the one.
Ah.
I pay attention.
But yeah, no, it was fun. He was telling stories of his days as a what was it, a tree, not a tree hugger, a tree or a woodsman or a lumberjack or
lumberjack?
something like that.
Tree hugger.
It was,
Are
it was
you a
something like that.
Are you a tree hugger, Mike? So,
Yeah, he cares about the environment.
is there
Oh.
something we need to know?
Yeah. But no, he was telling crazy stories of when he was cutting down trees with his buddies.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Ooh,
He
see,
says lumberjack. Yes.
yeah.
Lumberjack.
This is dangerous because MG says, Max, if you get a PS5 for Warhammer, you should get the God of War games. And
Yes.
so
Oh,
that's what I'm
I've
afraid is
never
going to
played
happen.
them.
This is a gateway drug, guys.
Well,
It is a
yeah.
gateway
We've
drug
already told
to
you
impulses
this.
and addictions.
Yes. I'm afraid that I'm going to start playing Space Marine and I'm going to be like, man, this was awesome. I had so much fun. And then someone else is going to go, okay, now you need to play this though. And then it'll.
Oh, you
and
need to
then I
play
would-
Diablo.
Oh my god, yeah. And then it'll just be a downward spiral of every video game ever that I then have to play. But we'll see.
Do it. Do it. Do it. You know you want to. Do it.
One of us.
That's-
One of us.
$500 and then plus a capture card, right? If I stream from
Well,
PS5.
if for PS5, but if you're just playing on your PC,
But see, the PC, I don't have a PC, and I'd have to get like, those are pretty expensive too. And then it's like, but on the PC, can I? Because if I get a PS5, I can play Blu-ray, right? So I could start like watching Blu-ray movies from there. I don't know. I think if anything, I should probably go with the console.
I could
'Cause
see
I'm just-
console being easier for you.
Yes,
To
thank
be
you.
completely honest, I think that's going to be the most user friendly for you.
Yeah. And I agree because I'm not a PC guy. I don't know how to put the computers together, nor do I know how to really utilize them.
Just fly me out and I'll put it together for you.
Ooh. Well, I wouldn't want to subject you to California, Kara. So
But I would get to hang out with you. So
that's true. Yeah,
It's a win-win.
it is. And you'd get to meet Mama Priestley.
Exactly.
ooh,
That's a good deal right there.
I think so.
Yeah.
Ooh, I get to wear a crown.
Ooh.
I didn't realize how big this bike was going to be. I just saw the wheels. This bike is going to be big. Look how big these wheels are. Oh my gosh.
Oh, nice. And they're rubber?
I got a goblet that has all the gold on him. I'm so happy. Carol, no.
Yeah.
I was like,
You
what?
got the oh, what are they called? The little treasure goblins.
Treasure goblin, yeah.
I like the treasure goblins. They're
Me
fun.
too.
I'm so
Me
glad
too.
you got into Diablo. I love me some Diablo.
I feel like Steph had something on her mind today because first thing we talked about was like fantasy and dark fantasy, and then she was
What?
like, "Oh, what kind of fantasy? Oh no, never mind." And then after that, we talked about sex work. So now I'm like, wait, what's going
What's
on?
on the agenda today?
Ooh,
Yeah,
don't like
something's
that
on the
tonight.
agenda.
He's calling
was
you
just
out
curious.
right now, girl.
I don't know what you're talking about. I saw these reels and I thought that they would make for good conversation. I have
They
no
are.
agenda. There is no agenda.
Hey, even if there was, there's nothing wrong with that. No, I thought
Although
it
when
was
we were
funny.
talking about it, there were a couple of people in my chat that was like, Steph secretly wants to start an OnlyFans. I was like, no. Nobody wants that.
How much would it take for you guys to start an OnlyFans? And not like, because X-Ray, I know like there's like we're not talking just like feet or hands. I'm talking like an OnlyFans page, like where it's just
No,
explicit.
I wouldn't. I just
do
wouldn't.
that.
There's just
No, I
nothing. There's
wouldn't.
nothing that could.
Like, especially as like a married woman, that's just like a line I cannot even cry. Like, I didn't even want to put like sexy selfies on my own Instagram page. Like, it's just that, yeah.
I
I'm
think
with
nothing would ever
you.
be worth it. Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't do one. But
I think
that's
that's
just
fair.
me.
And honestly, I think like there's at least for men, and you know, men are going to be different, but I think there's honestly like a sexiness to modesty. Like a low cut shirt is way more attractive than like some skimpy, you know, what's that? There are those videos that are like out on the town in England. And it's a bunch of women just walking around in like nothing, in like little
Oh, the
um
nightlife.
yeah, nightlife, and it's just they're walking around like strings. Like the only thing keeping their outfit together is a string, like a floss, string of floss. Like that does not seem appealing, but like a low cut shirt is much more attractive than something that's like just that. I
There's
don't know.
how you let's see what's the word for it. There's something with keeping a bit of a secret that's
Yeah,
sexy.
Mm-hmm.
Mystery?
Yes. And if you could do it well, like why not? Like
Yeah.
like when people say I have a secret, what's your immediate thought? Oh, I want to see that.
Mm-hmm.
Only special people could see it.
And
So
then it makes you more intrigued because then you're like, oh well, maybe I want to see it.
yeah,
Or maybe I
yeah.
want to hear
And
what the
then
secret is. So,
it's a bit of a like a cat and mouse kind of thing,
right.
you know.
Well, then the man has to actually pursue the woman in order to, um, you know, obtain that quote unquote secret. And in order to pursue her, he needs to show her that he cares about her, that he can provide for her, that he can protect her, that he's, you know, actually interested in her and her well-being. And then she feels like safe enough to where she can let him into
Have
that
the goods.
have the goods, yeah. Be told the secret, yeah.
This puzzle is so big.
Speaking of crafts though, or well, a little bit of everything, because we're doing crafts, but we're also talking about like what we're wearing and things like that. Kara, how long did it take you to do that top? That looked so good.
It took me about, I think I worked on it for like 2 weeks. Like off and on. I think it was around like between like 15 and 20 hours is what I put into it.
And
Wow.
did you just work on it while you were watching movies?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. That's cool.
I started a project yesterday. I can actually send you the picture, or I can show.
Nice.
I'm
I want to see
starting
it.
this top. It's on my screen right now. I got through the first ribbing of the cuff and the first 5 rows of the
Wow.
sleeve
Oh my
last
god,
night.
that's gorgeous.
So this is what
Are
I'm
you
currently making.
gonna use that blue?
I have a darker, more navy blue,
Oh, okay.
but
Sweet.
I found that pattern on YouTube, and so I watched.
Nice.
I watched the video. There was some of it written out in the comments, but I went through, watched the video, and there's another one that's similar to it that the girl had done, and so I picked out and wrote out completely. Let me see. It's on my Apple Notes that I just went through and completely wrote out the pattern myself. So I did.
That's awesome.
So there's a shorter version with shorter sleeves, and then there's the longer version with longer sleeves and more kind of the balloon sleeves, which I liked. But I went through and wrote out all the steps that I need to do. So, yeah.
And do you get all that stuff from Hobby Lobby, or where do you go?
Yeah, I went to Hobby Lobby. I think I have like 6 rolls of yarn for this project is what I needed. So it's about 1,400 yards of yarn, and then all I need is my crochet hook and some scissors and my stitch markers. And that's it.
Have you seen those glasses where you could like watch your yarn at the same time as like watch TV?
No. Are they like bifocals to where they like aim down?
Yeah, so there's a little section that's like aimed down, and then I've seen them used in the OR before, so it's very handy. Very
Okay,
handy.
that sounds awesome, and I kind of want to put some on my wish list.
Wait,
Yeah.
X-Ray, say this again so you can do your
So-
hobby, or you're working on
Like, 'cause
something.
you're looking down when you're like crocheting, right? So then you can't look at your TV. So
But
what
that
you
would
do
also
is
help your neck.
yes. So what you do is you put the glasses on it. It has the this like inherent like prism effect where it lets you look down without looking down. Like there's a little square, and then you can see the TV in front of you because your head's not looking down. If you want to do that, I mean, I've only seen it in the OR, so I think it's kind of cool that that's an
Are they
option.
Is that how bifocals? Are they bifocals?
It's not really bifocals. I wish let me see if I can find them. And they'll
That's
send it.
fascinating.
Yes.
Safari.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Should have sent it to you. I don't know why I didn't.
Epic Mike goes, I just want to see Kara's husband again. It's like, he's gone. He just left to go to Lowe's. He's doing yard work today. So, He knows he doesn't exist on stream days.
It's called lazy glasses. I think it's called lazy glasses. Let's see if I can find
actually
out.
kind of like. I like that little arrangement, Kara, that you and your husband have. Like Sundays, you do your thing, and that's his day to kind of do his thing. I think that's really healthy for marriages.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'll wake up and get ready for stream, and then like this morning he woke up at the same time I did. But like today he knows that I've got back-to-back streams. He makes sure I'm fed, and then I see him after Sunday Fun Day.
Here, I'm sending it to the painting group. Sorry, this is Canadian Amazon.
Okay.
Canadian Amazon.
Yeah.
Lazy glass prism spectacle. Oh, those look fancy.
Oh, interesting. Definitely not bifocals. Oh my gosh.
Lazy.
If you get them, Kara, can you send us a photo of you wearing them?
Yeah, I was about to say,
You
like,
have to. You have to.
that would be so funny.
So this is what we're talking about.
They just look so
So-
funny.
Yeah.
I
like
mean,
how this
it
girl's
would
not even, like-
honestly help my neck, because I do have neck issues.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's a good idea for people who are reading too. Like, you could do so much. Like any hobby where you're looking down. Even this hobby, technically speaking.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like last weekend, I think it was. I spent like a majority of the day just like painting, and my neck was so sore afterwards. Like I had to ice it because I just genuinely, how I paint is so not conducive to a good posture. So I need to either get better at that, or I need to get these glasses. So that's pretty interesting. I do think it'll be funny because I look exactly like the clip in 40-Year-Old Virgin, where he's got the light and the mirror, or the lens that like magnifies everything, and he's like, and now I will make your silver pants blue, as he's painting on like a Saturday night. But
You're such a nerd. I love it.
oh yeah, oh yeah. So, Kara, you were saying that you went to Hobby Lobby the other day. I went yesterday, and they have all the fall stuff out now, and I want to be
Loving
there every
it.
day. Oh yeah,
I mean,
it's
they
my
had-
favorite.
They even had Christmas stuff out yesterday.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not ready for that. I'm sorry.
Aww.
When does
Christmas is a bit aggressive for now.
It's
when does
very
Christmas
aggressive.
start for you guys?
After Thanksgiving.
Yeah, after Thanksgiving.
Has to be, yeah, one holiday at a time.
Hmm.
He's like, I don't
I'm ready
agree
to
with
decorate
this.
for the
You're
fall,
wrong.
though.
See, this is
I'm
why
ready
I'm
to decorate
afraid
for the
that
fall.
the girl, whoever the girl is that I meet, that hopefully becomes my wife later, we're gonna have to have a serious conversation as to when to put the decorations up. Because like for me, the second at midnight on October 31st, I'm putting up Christmas decorations.
Wow, 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 wow.
Oh.
You're
So you just
adorable.
skip Thanksgiving.
Say that again, Steph?
I said you just skip Thanksgiving then.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
What is Thanksgiving? Nothing.
Yeah, I fully admit that Thanksgiving to me is just real. Like I just have no buy-in. I'm just like whatever. But yeah, do you guys have a favorite season? Because like right now is like once it hits October, November, like late September, early October, leaves start changing. Like the air smells different. There's just something about fall that's great. But do you guys have a favorite season?
Fall is my
Oh.
favorite.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's not too cold, not too hot.
love
It's nice.
Yeah. No, I think well, especially for you, X-Ray, because you've got you're all the way up there in Canada.
We got real coldness here.
Yeah. It's like for us in California, it's like, ooh, it's chilly. It must be winter. You know, like for you guys,
To be
it's like
fair, like the California chill is real. Like I'll admit that. Like
it's. I don't think it's because I've lived in places that are way like I did my training in Virginia and we were there in December, January. Yeah, our training was in December and January, so it was snowing on us while we were doing our boot camp.
Ew.
So like, yeah, California, when it's chilly, it's not that bad. At least I don't think, but.
I think it is. I've been spoiled with the heat though at this rate.
Yeah. I was gonna say I'm surprised because I feel like anything. Well, I was gonna say Fahrenheit, but you're in Celsius.
I know 70 is like an okay temperature for me.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I don't do well with the heat, and I don't like to drive in the ice. So I like fall.
I'm okay driving in either or. I think it's kind of fun. I know I'm a bit of a masochist. I like driving in snow, but I also have really good tires. So.
Oh, there you go. That's cool.
I will say
I see.
X-Ray is a great driver from experience.
Thank you. Thank you. I feel like
I felt very safe with her.
like people always say like I've never gotten an at fault accident, so I take that with pride.
Well, I mean, to have you drive my car, I did have to be drunk, so I don't know if that says anything. But
Oh wow.
and I don't remember how you drove because
He was drunk.
once again I was drunk. You know, so. But yeah, normally Asian female driving my car, who knows what could have happened. So
That's sexist.
and racist. I did a little bit of both.
Racist.
Yeah. I picture X-Ray sliding out on the ice in that like Fast and the Furious song. Dun, dun,
Fast and
dun, dun, dun,
Furious.
dun.
Yeah,
She's
yeah,
just
yeah.
like sliding on the ice.
Oh
Too
my god.
fast.
Hey, well, at least Josh says he felt very safe with you. So.
And you were sober, right, Josh?
Was he? Because we
don't
had
think
some.
I think everyone was drunk that night except
We
me.
had some slushies, so yeah.
Yeah, the slushy drinks were dangerous.
Oh,
Dangerous.
are you talking about the Meow Wolf night?
Yeah.
Uh-huh, yeah.
Okay.
He
I
decided not to
remember now.
drink and drove his car. And then the next day he was complaining because I didn't put the seat back where it should have been.
She
I
got
was
you home
complaining. I sent you a
safely.
video.
Fuck off.
About
No, the video was so funny because he's like sitting there like we need to get to the airport, Max. And Max is like, wait, I gotta get it perfect.
I couldn't move. My knees were up to my like chin.
Welcome
my-
to my world.
But yeah, no, X-Ray, you're gonna have to. I don't know. You could probably use that video as what's the word I'm looking
A short, a reel.
for? Short, but a Oh, it's something like when you don't want someone to
Blackmail.
blackmail. Exactly.
Oh,
Thank you.
I mean, I'm not like that. I would not do that to my friends.
I would.
Although you voluntarily sent it to me, so I guess I could share it.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. Josh was like, "Yeah, pull the seat all the way, or like try and adjust your seat because when I got in, I was like, "Oh my god, I can't get my legs underneath the steering wheel."
I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. Hey, like Kara said, you got us home. That's what counts.
Yep.
I did. I did. All and alive in one piece.
And alive in one piece.
Guys, it's already noon.
I don't
Oh,
like
yeah.
that. No, I was having fun.
I
Oh.
know.
Also, I love Diablo.
Like, can we just play that instead of Chained Together today?
It might make me feel better about myself.
I mean, we're almost done with Chained Together.
I know. Garrett was saying that we should do a 1v1 chain together and see who gets the furthest once we
Oh,
finish.
God.
That would be interesting to watch.
I don't know how far I'll get, but it's not going to be far.
1v1 chain together? How does that work?
Against all of us, each, we just play separately. So then you actually can see who's actually skilled.
Oh, okay. That I was wondering because if it's chained together, I feel like the game needs to be played.
Well, we did the chain together part. We're just doing the
Yeah, you can do it individual. Like,
yep.
Interesting.
Because then Az can't yell at us for screwing up. You know.
all on you. That's not-
So
Then so you guys have chained together this afternoon, and then Steph, are you gonna do anything with Disbrew this afternoon as well?
I don't know. I haven't actually asked him. I haven't asked him. So
if he's awake, that boy,
Yeah.
he's
Does
crazy.
he just like sleep in increments of like 30 minutes?
increments of
He-
like
Probably.
4 or 5 hours.
A few hours and then he wakes up again?
Mhm. Yeah, I haven't talked to him about gaming this week. I know he's busy he's been editing like
Oh,
bunch of
crazy.
videos.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
he's
'cause
been
Rings of
editing he's been
Power.
editing like crazy lately, yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah. No, he's got a lot of work to do then.
Mhm.
Well, before we leave, Josh McDonald has sent a $5 super chat. Thank you so
Nice.
much, Josh. There's your little bicycle horn or your little clown horn. He says, "This is making me miss all of you. Sending big hugs." Oh, thanks, brother.
I miss you
Josh,
Josh, are you
too.
coming to the San Antonio meetup?
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
You're
Oh
in
yeah.
Texas. You're in
Um,
Texas. Are you coming? Joshy P?
I don't think he is, because it's the middle of the week.
um,
No.
I know I will not be able to go, but maybe Josh could find the time off work, but it is yeah, like you said, it is a Wednesday, right? Is when the meetup is.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll talk to him, see what the dealio is. But yeah, unfortunately, I'll have to see you guys at the next meetup. So, which will be, I think, Vegas, right?
No,
If we do it in April.
I think
a
that-
MegaCon?
MegaCon. MegaCon's the next one. Yeah.
Oh, and when is that? October?
February.
February,
Mhm.
okay.
It's in Orlando.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
San Antonio is October, and then MegaCon is February. Okay.
Yeah, I don't even think I'm going to MegaCon. I think it because I think it coincides with the vacation that we're going with some family
Mm,
to
okay.
Edsy's.
That'll be fun, though.
Yeah, it will be fun, but I'll miss you guys.
I'm going to miss
Yeah.
you.
Mhm.
Miss you, boo.
Yeah. Soon. We'll see you soon.
Well, you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I know the ladies are going to be on different streams throughout the day today. And then I got to see if I have anything to talk about tonight for Max's Man Cave. I don't think I do, but in case I do, chat, you guys will have to let me know, or yeah, if there's anything you guys want me to talk about or cover. But kind of quiet, and especially because I'm not watching Rings of Power. There's just I did it. I I did it for the first season. I got up to episode 5, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. It's so bad.
Peace
So,
out.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah, yeah. And then I made a video where the video name was "Why I Stopped Watching the Rings of Power," and it's like my most viewed video. on the channel.
Love
wow.
it. Love
So
it.
I actually did better when I stopped watching. So you know what? Oh, I think that was a sign. But yeah.
I saw a sign. I opened up my
My
eyes. I
eyes, I saw the sun.
Oh,
Alright,
Anything
yeah.
else you guys got going on before we head out?
my
Yeah.
usual
Yeah,
Yeah.
normal stuff.
usual stuff.
Cool.
I have my
Yeah.
redirect set up to go to the next thing.
Nice.
So,
Talk Nerdy is on Mara's channel today. If you guys want to go and watch it later.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay.
Yeah.
And you guys chat over on the MVP channel. You guys can find all of these lovely ladies' channels in the description. So if you guys want to, or not wanna, I mean, of course you wanna, but you guys have to go subscribe to these lovely, talented ladies. So go check them out in the description below.
Thank cool.
thank
Um,
you guys.
but yeah, thanks for hanging out, guys. I
you.
appreciate it.
Yes, always. I always love my Sundays with y'all.
Chat, thank you all for hanging out, and we will talk to you guys later this weekend, and enjoy your Labor Day as well.
Yes. Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Bye.